Hi everyone. Here we're talking about methods of payments, section 9.1. Just a quick review of what we learned before the March break. So there are quite a few different methods of payment that we can use. The first method has to deal with cash. Okay. So with cash, we're going to talk about what are some of the pros when we're dealing with cash. Okay. Some of the pros. Well, one pro is that people like to say it is fast. Okay, it is fast and it's convenient. Another pro is that you have a limited amount of spending, so therefore you're not overspending. Okay, that's another pro. And this could be a con or a pro, but I remember some of you said it cannot be traced as well too. Again, I am actually printing this out because my writing on here is not the best, so therefore it's very easy to read the writing as I do it right now. So, what are some of the cons when we're dealing with cash? Well, one con can be theft. All right, you can lose your money. Someone could rob you as well too. So there's theft, and you may not know it, but maybe the money you're carrying it could be counterfeit. So if you're paying for something, let's say with a $100 bill, sometimes stores will actually have a scanner just to make sure that it's not counterfeit. So therefore, you could be carrying on cash that is counterfeit. Two, our second payment is using checks. What are some of the pros when we are using a check? Not checkers, it should be checks. Okay, so some of the pros, the security features when we're using the checks. Okay, security features is one. That's a big one. Another one is all checks have serial numbers, so therefore they can be easily traced in case you lose a check. They come with signatures along with bank numbers as well too. So therefore it's very easy to trace back your check as well too. Uh, Another pro is that banks will take pictures of your check. So therefore, if there's any dispute or whatnot, the bank has the evidence as well too. So that's a nice feature. What are some of the cons of having a check? Okay, checks may bounce. And what I mean by that is that someone may give you a check for $200, knowing that they don't have the money in the bank account. You go to the bank to cash it, and the checks bounce, and therefore you maybe charge a service fee as well too, and therefore you don't have your money. Okay, you may lose a check as well too. But again, with all the security features as well, you may call the person and say, "I lost your check. I'm sorry. Can you rewrite me another one?" So that person, what they would do first is call their bank to say, "Can you cancel check number 525?" and so forth. So if anyone wants to cash it, they know that the check has been void by the original owner. Our third payment is credit cards. All right. So with credit cards, what are some of the pros when we use a credit card? So one pro is you get to establish credit. Okay, it is fast and convenient, just like cash. Sometimes people like to get the miles, like the air miles or cash back as well too. Okay, and it's convenient. But what you're gonna be careful of the air miles and cashback, even though that may sounds good. What companies are doing right now is that they're looking at your spending patterns and so forth. So you are giving them a lot of market research into your buying patterns and so forth. Cons in regards to credit cards, some of the cons, and there's a lot, but I'm just giving you a few for example's sake here, is that you may overspend. Okay. You might say, you know what? I know I don't have the money right now for those shoes, but I really want them, so I'll buy them for $200. And then knowing you may not know and say, you know what? I was going to be interest free for 21 days. I'll have the money, but then something else may come up. You never know that you had to spend that money on. So now that $200 may cost, those $200 shoes may cost you now $250 in regards to interest rates and so forth. Which leads us to our next point. Another con is the high interest rates, okay, on credit cards. It can average about 19.99%. Some average 30% if you have a store card or whatnot. Okay. Next is debit cards. We have debit cards. Oh, not debut cards, debit cards. So with debit cards, the pros of debit cards is that just like cash, treated as it can be treated as cash. It's fast. It's it's convenient as well too. The cons of the debit card um, is that your personal ID may be stolen. Personal ID. So when you go to um, a bank account, sorry, ATM machine, someone could, as you're entering your PIN, someone could see as you enter your PIN, they could copy your card because they could be a card reader as well too. So that could be a con, as well as the service fees. So what I mean by that is, depending on how much money you have in your checkings or savings accounts, a bank may waive the service fees, or they may say, okay, the first 12 transactions where you use your bank card, your debit card, we won't charge you. But anytime after that 12th time in a month, you use your credit card, I mean your debit card, we're gonna start charging you a nominal fee. If you use TD Bank, for example, and you use your TD card into a BMO card into Bank of Montreal ATM machine, they may charge you a $3 service fee as well too. So you may say, "Wow, what's $3?" But if you keep doing that for 10 times a month, that's $30, which you can put in your pocket for savings or to spend on something else. So you gotta be mindful of that. And the last one is direct transfers. So with direct transfers, the pros there, again, fast. It's convenient. Okay, safety. People say safety because no one is seeing you buying that large product in a store and following you outside the store, and they may rob you and theft. Is that it comes directly towards your home as well too. All right, but the cons of direct transfers could be the following. Your again, your personal ID may be stolen. Okay, so that's another issue. Okay, again, your credit card info may be stolen as well too. Or if you order from Amazon and whatnot, and they leave the product on your doorstep, is that there may be theft. Okay, so you got to be careful. So if we do a recap of what we did here, okay, met our methods of payment. Number one, it was cash. What are the pros? We have the cons there. Another method of payment is checks. We have our pros and cons, and there's more pros and cons, but this, for example, purposes. Three, we have our credit cards, which a lot of you guys will start getting credit cards soon. Again, just live within your means. Don't overspend. Debit cards as well, which a lot of you guys already use already, as you can see, and direct transfers, order online, or even getting paid through your work as well too. So there you have it, 9.1, just methods of payments. And our next video, we'll talk about cash short and or cash over. Okay.